Hey folks, what is going on? RedMaster here, back with Casting Conflict Season 2 premiere. I'm feeling good about it. Slash, how about you?
Oh, everything's looking great there, Red.
And I mean,
We
oh, let me tell you, we've got a glorious new setup here, as you can see in front of you, the leaderboard for Casting Conflict Season 2. All of our players rip roaring and ready to go. And I think what we have to establish, though, is kind of what's new and what's different. Because, of course, we had a lot of Casting Conflicts over the past few months, and a lot of people seem to enjoy that. But we also decided to make some new additions and some quick changes here. So, Slash, I know you were behind a lot of some of the more recent stuff that we've been doing behind the scenes, so I'm going to let you take over for a minute if you want to go ahead and let the people know about what's new and what's different here.
Sure thing. So the first and most important thing is that we have kept the format of the first season. We have a three-match format where each player has to bring a signature deck. However, we are no longer allowing players to change their signature decks throughout the duration of a season. Going back to the first format, as I was saying, we have still kept the counter picking system where if a player loses a match, they can now counter the other player's signature deck in those three matches. And instead, because we no longer have these dynamic signature decks, we have added also a quote unquote sideboard. In this sideboard, players can choose up to 10 cards, which they can sub in and out of their decks as they please at any time.
Right, right. So, really just kind of upping the competitive spirit a little bit, kind of throwing some new elements at the players and seeing how well they can adapt. And what's really important to keep note of here is not only just the leaderboard as well. I'm going to go back to this bad boy for a second. Pay attention to the top four, because those top four you'll be seeing in a playoff environment come December, where we're really going to crown our first Catholic Conflicts champion for some cash prize. It's going to be fun, and I'm really excited to get this started. So, Slash, have you got anything else to add before
No, and
we
I
jump in?
wish no, I wish all the players best of luck though.
All right, and with that being said, folks, let's go ahead and jump right in. Match number 1 of Casting Conflict Season 2, right now. All right, folks, and welcome back. Of course, game number 1 here, Casting Conflict Season 2 debut. Like we mentioned, we've got Arm taking on Dolphin, and the Crusader Viking going up against the Crusader Druid. I think that's a little out of view for you guys. But Slash, how do you feel about this matchup?
Oh, I'm happy to see Pure Stall versus Dolphin. For those of you who don't know, JJJ here is running a Pure Stall deck, and Dolphin is running a Druid Knights style deck.
One that's
I
actually
think
can
I'd
get
have to
very fast, very aggressive, very scary real quick. So I'm curious to see if Arm can actually deal with this.
I think I'd have to favor Arm here because Knights until they start hitting those Luminariuses and they start hitting those companions. Oh, he's hitting them already. This is great for Dolphin right now.
Right, game 1 already, just quick. Like I said, it can be a very scary deck to, or actually no, a very fast deck, excuse me, to deal with. So, like I said, it might be trouble for a stall that's focused this late. Especially, I mean, look at the hands: Swordsman, Arbiter, Mordok. That's some late gold stuff, and we only have a few turns to get to before we can see
Yeah.
those.
Uh, uh, I think the biggest concern here is that Dolphin's about to start spawn blocking the entire top side of JJJ's board, and this could result in almost very free style of play coming from Dolphin, where he's not ever worried about losing control of that top side and never ever being pushed for the rest of the game.
Right, right.
If I were JJJ, I think in the beginning I would have used my restart, but we are too far past turn two
Oh,
to
well, there's a
go
bit of a
ahead and do that.
slowdown here in the game. I mean, Dolphin goes for call to aid, so maybe doesn't have anything to kind of keep pushing with, perhaps? I assume he's going to take the 6, or actually, no, 7 from Knight and Questing, right? Oh, I'm hovered over
If
this.
he
Oh, he's
doesn't,
hovered
that
over
would
the Swordsman.
surprise me.
I love how he just hovered over the Swordsman, so, yep, okay.
I
Oh,
think he's
boy.
afraid of some kind of freeze here, but there would have been no positioning that JJJ could have had to to successfully have anything.
Yep, and there's a Luminaris. Big value off of that, taking out the Church. The Monk does give Arm the draw off the Tarius, but still doing a lot of damage here, already down to 8. We know Arm's got the Arbiter, but needs to kind of get it out. Can this do cleanup here? Books
Uh,
Cleric? I don't think that's enough, though.
if he plays another Lumi, it's a game. But I don't think that.
Oh, well, you know what he could... Wait, no. Never mind. I was about to say, he
It,
might be able to do something with Swordsman Drake Dance, but I don't think the math works for that.
yeah, no matter what, I think that one of those units is going to survive, leaving a big Luminaris or Centaur slash Spiny target to have an attack jump off of it.
Right. I think his
So,
best option here would probably be to Cleric the Knight of Flowers, guarantee heal on Castle, maybe remove the Knight with the Flying Books at that point.
uh, I think that's what I would do.
I mean,
I
you
think
just don't
that's
have
the
any
best bet.
options.
But unless he pulls some kind of big freeze or something like a freezing pillar next turn, I think it's game because you have to remember sitting in Dolphin's hand are those two 5/5 Northlands Rangers, which are extreme.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
game.
Luminaris. That's the game. Oh no. But I mean, like that's exactly what we said. I mean, he needed to take out at least both the units to kind of guarantee some kind of reprieve, and he didn't have the opportunity to at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was just that he didn't have too terribly many actual cards to stall off of.
Right.
I mean, I don't believe he played a unit until what, turn 5, turn 6?
Right.
At which point you don't deserve to be able to win at that point.
Right, right. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the post match here and see what both players are actually rocking within the deck. All right, and taking a look back at match number 1 real quick, folks. This is what we are looking at. Now, looking at Dolphins' deck, yeah, just a lot of better early game options than JJJ here. You know, running the companions, horsemen. You got the Knight of Flowers, which put in some big work here. Just things that we predict are going to be more useful against a deck like this, wouldn't you say, Slash?
I think that's going to be a very hard setup for JJJ to figure out initially. However, he does see Dolphins' full deck list, so it could be much more interesting to see how he counters after he looks at that.
Right, right. So we'll see if that goes ahead in game 2. So let's go ahead and jump right back into the matches and see how that goes down. All right, and game number 2 underway here, and a much better start for Arm this time around. I'm liking this hand.
I have to say that this is going to be quite the nice curve of going from a lumberjack to faithful into armory immediately.
Yeah.
I will say I bet this is Mystic Rats stall.
Is that the assumption here? I mean, I'm not seeing rats so far, but there is a journey, which can be useful for Yenneroth.
Where there's a journey, there's usually a rats.
Oh, is that the phrase we use now?
It's the unfortunate truth.
Yeah, all too right on that one. Really, that's just what's taken over at this point for the past several months. So Arm goes for the coin armory here. Gonna allow him to put 3 on face to sink in some nice early damage here. Could be a good counter to that Berserker. Oh, I'm not gonna take that, however. It looks like we're gonna sit back for now. Predicting Companion maybe, although Lumberjack not in a position to protect Armory if that's the case. Okay,
I
second
think that
Armory going down there.
I think that Dolphin most likely has some kind of buff for. I think JJJ doesn't think that Dolphin has a buff
He's gonna
for
call
that
his bluff.
Berserker. Yeah,
Oh no, he's gonna get the Companion kill though. Yep, Centaur to Castle. Takes
this is
2
very,
off.
very good here for Dolphin. Just playing off of the tempo, I think is really hurting JJJ right now.
Right, right. I mean, he has the books now in hand. That could potentially deal with the Berserker, but not enough for the Centaur. Uh, Not like, and the position's not great either for a freezing pillar. Normally, if Dolphin was just one step closer with the Zerker, we could have just dropped the pillar and called it a day. But that is not the case here.
I think that he should have first traded the lumberjack to look for something like, say, another smaller unit which could have traded well. Very interesting though that Dolphin chooses to kill Lumberjack first instead of just hitting face.
Yeah, I'm not sure the method behind that, especially knowing what Arm's general strategy is. I do like this setup though. The freezing pillar, of course, protecting or blocking off the centaur, meaning that the Knight of Flowers can't kill it. He's sacking the 9 damage to castle to just freezing pillar
It's a
stall,
Lumi.
hopefully.
No, it's not a Lumi.
Okay. The horseman though is gonna take the freezing pillar out. Yep. Well, we got another one, which is fine, but how are we gonna deal with the scout up there now?
It's very it makes a whole lot of sense that you lose the game of a game like this when you aren't playing units. I mean, Dolphin here has played what,
So many.
4 to 4.5 times the number of units compared to what Arms fielded. It's very difficult to ever win a match when you're going up against a situation like this.
Yeah, and I don't see Arm being able to kind of crawl his way out of this one. There's just way too many units on the board here. Nothing that he's gonna get killed off. I mean, Yenneroth stall, but we don't have a turn to do that. Looking at this board, we don't have a turn to get to Yenneroth at the slightest. Yarm, yeah, no, that's not
If
gonna
he had
do it.
one more gold here, I think he would have had a decent chance to win, but it's just his deck's too slow compared to this tempo deck that Dolphin's fielding. And
Yeah.
that was a very quick 2 matches here from JJJ and Dolphin closing it out,
Yeah, in very quick fashion, very
holding
dominant
back the order.
faction. That's gonna put him well in the initial standings here. So he claims his first set, puts himself right on the leaderboard here, and marks himself as the next big threat, I think. But we'll have to see what these players are thinking. So let's go ahead and bring you guys to the post match.
That was a very quick match, very, very dominant there from Dolphin against JJJ. I think that the turning point for this entire match was when simply JJJ ran out of units on the board. He couldn't get good pillar positioning, and then finally that headwood just ended the game, leaving no room for any type of comeback once it hit pillar.
Right, right. Totally feeling you on that one. But overall, a great set for Dolphin. How about we go and see how he's feeling though after taking that game?
Sure thing.
Yeah, alright. So, set is complete. Dolphin takes the first set win here in our premiere. How you feeling, MS Paint?
Well, if I respond to this, then I'm officially known as MS Paint.
But I mean, don't you
put
want
me
to
at
be? Did I put you at an impasse?
I don't know what impact means. But I feel. What was your question again?
How do you feel about winning the set?
I feel
Premiere set.
absolutely. I feel so bad for JJJ. His ass got whooped.
Oh God.
Whoop.
Well, I guess that's the kindest way you can put it. But I mean, like, do you just feel that you had the match advantage? I mean, obviously, I think you did, but I want to hear your thoughts on it.
I think I had luck advantage. A good amount of that. My entire Berserker starting play came out of an Inspire. My Headless hit the Armory, I believe, right?
Freezing Pillar.
Yeah.
Pillar.
Freezing Pillar, yep. That shit rocked my socks, bro. I was so happy. I was like a little girl going to a One Direction concert.
Well, you know, it's hard for me to follow up after the analogies like that.
I'd say that
All right, Slash, very well put.
JJJ there.
Fucking mic problem boy over there. Okay. Well, regardless here, Dolphin takes a set. Jay, you got anything to add here? We're doing this brief and off the cusp here, but I mean, obviously you're not feeling too good. Situation did not look well for you at all. In terms of hand, really, just getting a lot of those high-end units here. Did you have the prediction that you might be in trouble with Dolphin's deck when you chose this one?
I mean, yes, I got some unlucky, but I also misplayed one time, and that's partially part of why I lost the first game.
Oh yeah, that's why you lost because you misplayed. Sure, JJJ.
But I'm happy for Dolphin because he won like his first match with me.
Oh, that's pretty
Because I
exciting.
beat
Okay,
him two
okay.
times in rankings. So I'm happy for him.
Okay,
Let the
Okay.
let the guy have a little bit of fun, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
With it.
Agreed. All right, and that's all the time we have, folks. So, with that being said, I hope you did enjoy. Be sure to like,
wait,
comment,
I
share,
have a,
all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one.